Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It means peace be upon you and the blessings of God. So, right, I'm going to start with something because, like I said, I'm starting this series. Forgive me if I seem like I'm a little bit off my square, my words might be a little bit slurred, right? But tonight we are reading from Surah Al-Zumar. That's Surah 39, Al-Zumar. Surah Al-Zumar is called the groups, right? So you never see, I'm never shooting from the hip. Al-Zumar 39, the groups, right? Now tonight, I'm finna give y'all some very precise instruction, inshallah, right? Because anything I say comes from me in Allah, anything that I say may be out of pocket comes from the shaitan, right? So let's spend about the Allah, right? Because I'm bent on giving y'all the real Islam, right? Hold on, because this is a message. This is a message. So, as we know, right, when prophets were coming to be prophets, they wore white. When they came to deliver a specific message, they wore black. So tonight I'm coming to deliver a specific message, right? Like I said, Surah Al-Zumar, ayats 27 through 32, right? This is for same sex, and then I'm gonna give you a breakdown of this ayat. And I hope y'all, inshallah, accept it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 27, Ayat 27, Walaka kabdana la fi hazil Qurani mekula ma sali alehum yatazakarun. And indeed, we have put forth for men in this Quran every kind of similitude, in order that they may remember. Remember, key word is to remember, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says all throughout this Quran, indeed there is a Quran for those of what? Clear understanding, right? Moving on. Now that was 27 of the ayat. Now we're moving on to 28. Kadra and na arabaya karazi ilwazi alehum yatakum. In every Quran without any crookedness. I mean, this is straight. It is what it is. Therein, in order that they may avoid all evil, which Allah has ordered them to avoid. Fear. Now, it would say him. But like I said, I don't put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a box. Fear Allah. And keep their duty to who? Allah. That's 28. 29. Da'a rabillahu masala razulan fihi masukan mutashaki'una wa rajulan samilila hal yata sawa enna masala la alhamdulillah bel asula Yalamun. Allah, this is God talking. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts forth a similitude of a slave man belonging to many partners, like those who worship others alone Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, disputing with one another, and a slave man belonging entirely to one master, like those who worship Allah alone. Are those equal in comparison? All praise and thanks are Allah's, but most of them know not. If we remember, Abu Bakr Siddiq says to Rasulullah sallallahu, I want to be a special friend to you and you alone, right? Rasulullah sallallahu, and the scholars know this. Rasulullah sallallahu says, what? I belong to Allah. So me and you can never be like that. We could be friends, but we can never be like that. Putting his two fingers like this. Meaning we can never be like this, but we could be like this. He mad. And those who know the hadith know that Rasulullah Sallallahu put two fingers together. Like we could be close, but we cannot be crossed. Close, but not crossed. Right? Innaka mayatun inna matun. Verily you, O Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, will die, and verily they will die too. Meaning, if you died and Abu Bakr died, and y'all were like this, rather than like this, right? Here's the magic. 31 in the same ayat. 39 Azuma. Suma inna kunya ma kumati inda rapun taka sa'amun. Right? Then on that day of resurrection, you will be disputing before who? Your Lord, Allah. Right? So imagine Allah arguing with Abu Bakr Siddiq about Rasulullah Sallallahu. Because Rasulullah Sallallahu decided he wanted, instead of be like this with Abu Bakr, he was like this. When Rasulullah Sallallahu said, I'm like this with Allah. I can't be like this with you. A similitude. 31. Famen alazum men kazaba alalahi wa kazaba basa alafi jahannama wa salafin. Then who does more wrong than one who utters a lie against Allah and denies the truth, the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam of Islamic monotheism? When it comes to Allah, is there not in hell an abode for the disbelievers? Meaning, if I, Rasulullah Sallallahu said, I belong to God, right? How can I belong to another man? And this is for those that are in those same-sex relationships, because I can put forth plenty of similitudes out this Quran, and I will post them. Well, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, I know the pairs that you know and those that you do not know. Why? Because Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, I see what you don't see. So I see men who lay with men. I see women who lay with women. Those who say they do it for what? The oneness of Allah. So, how can one man belong to many men? How can one woman belong to many women? If you say you belong to God. That is the purpose of this ayat. Again. 32. I'm never shooting from the hip. Islam promotes same-sex for a reason. However, that's if you are betrothed. That means if you are in a what? Relationship, a monogamous relationship. And if you listen to the previous ayahs that I have spoke upon, right? The light, Surah An-Nur, and this is a rewrite, I don't want to say the wrong thing. This is a revamp, a reiteration, a relook. And tell the believing women, lower their gaze from looking at forbidden things and protect their what? Private parts. I'm not shooting from the hip. And not to show their adornment except to which is apparent. Look with both eyes for necessity, to see the way or out of palms, or of hands, or one eye. Stuff with them. Because I'm really a right hand, not a lefty. Their veils over their jubanaya, bodies, faces, necks, and bosoms, and not to reveal their adornments except to their husbands, or their fathers, or their husbands, or their fathers, or astaghfirullah, or their fathers, or their sons, or their husbands' sons, or their brothers, or their brothers' sons, or their sons, or their Muslim women. Muslim women. Just talk to the women now, not for the men. I just grade you one for the men. Meaning a man could be with a man as long as he's married and in solidarity with that one man. And if I'm telling you a lie, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discipline me and me alone. I.e. their sisters in Islam or female slaves whom their right hands possess, or old servants who lack vigor, or small children who have no sense of feminine sex, and let them not stamp their feet so that they reveal what they hide, their adornments, and all of you beg of Allah, forgive you all, O believers, that you may be successful. And marry. And is a supplemental word. So then, if I was talking to the women here, I'm still talking to the women here. And marry those among you who are single, man who has no wife, and woman who has no husband. And also marry Sa'un, the pious, fit, capable ones of your slaves, and made female slaves, if they be poor. Allah will enrich them out of, we ain't gonna say his, we're gonna say Allah's bounty. And Allah is all sufficient for Allah's creatures, needs, all knowing about the state of the people. Like I said, I'm never shooting from the hip. Yeah, you might be like, why you don't get coupons and stuff like this? At the end of the day, guess what? The Prophet Isa, well, astaghfirullah, the Rasulullah Sallallahu followed Isa, alayhi salam, which means if Isa came back, he would follow Rasulullah Sallallahu. It's set up that way, that prophets follow prophets. Meaning, 9 times out of 10, if you seen Isa alayhi salam, he would look like Rasulullah Sallallahu. Rasulullah Sallallahu was a white man. That means Rasulullah Sallallahu would look like the white version of Isa alayhi salam. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And anybody who want to challenge me on these ayats, wallahi, I swear by God, I'm ready to argue this stuff. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.